Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Gamecraft. As I adjust my camera / computer monitor real quick just to make sure I'm not slouched down. And we're back creating more grid spaces. And yes, we're recording on a Wednesday and not a Friday, unfortunately, because of reasons. Okay, I'll be honest with you, it's because of freaking Lord Minion 77's 2.5 hour long episode of Blueprints, and I've been pretty much on lockdown with watching those almost as soon as they come out, because if they come out during work, I'm obviously not going to be able to watch that, because they're way too long and my breaks don't last that long. The longest is 35 minutes, and the shortest is 20 minutes. And I still get paid for it, which apparently some people don't get paid for it, which I have heard on occasions. So that's good for me. For you, I don't know. I don't know what yours place is like, but you know what? We're lucky enough to have that. The only caveat is the occasional mandatory overtime, which can suck sometimes. But with the world going the way it is, you might actually want the extra cash. But aside from that, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So yes, we're recording this now. And as of now, I have gotten a couple of things done with, surprisingly. It's on a Tuesday. Well, technically it's a Wednesday, but to me it's still a Tuesday, damn it. This is still a Tuesday. So Tuesday to me, I'm recording all of this on my Tuesday. Not the world's Tuesday, my Tuesday. And, I'm only going for like 9:30. I want to try to freaking get to sleep, goddammit. On a normal time and not like 5:30 or so. Okay, I'm probably laying in my bed and being on my phone until, the time comes to sleep and whatnot. But, yeah, that's my problem, not yours. Anyways, I just finished up the first episode of the first anthology of Lustful Horrors, Beneath Mariana Trench. So that's out now. And, it started off pretty intense. Oh, not intense in starting off process. It slowly went up to the intense part until, like, the end. Which kind of makes sense, right? It's the same thing as the other ones, but you kind of need to have, like, an instance in the beginning where, like, nothing massive happens yet. Like, everybody's normal, or not normal. Yes, normal, but everybody's, like, in a healthy state of mind. Nothing has gone awry yet. It's essentially just like, the calm before the part of the series starts to, get off the hook and whatnot. It starts to become a lot more, involved. And we lingered on the scene there a little bit longer as opposed to the one in Beneath and Night Before Graduation. So, we stayed on that scene a little bit longer, and I'd say that was a good idea. At the very least. I do think that this one might have gone a tad bit too long, potentially, possibly. Like, it might be a little about maybe a minute extra, probably 23-minute reimagine, depending on, like, how fast certain scenes would play out. I didn't want to linger too long on certain scenes, so I got what I could get done with. And I'd say I'm pretty happy with what we have. Though I imagine if I were to go on ahead and read through the entire episode and try to imagine everything as it's going through, we would possibly at least be past 22 minutes. But consider this the first episode bout where it's just like everything's introduced. The OP and ED aren't there, kind of. If that's not the case in this department, because obviously this is not that kind of series. It's a book, not book, but an E-series, an E-novel, is what most people would probably call it. But I usually don't call it that. I call it a series. Don't know why. Novel makes the most sense, but to me it just doesn't feel like it's in the same vein as a novel. Just because of my writing style. And again, but then again, it's just the writing style. It doesn't change the particular type of novel that it is. Fiction, I don't know. I am not a writer, like, in that department. I write, but I'm not a writer. I make stories, but I don't know the professional terms that you would use as a writer. I'm more of a creator, if you will. And I don't know if it's actually broken. Uh-oh, encoder overload? I think we're finding encoder overload just disappeared. Oh god, that was painful. Did you see it? Did you see the pain I was feeling at the past a little less than the 6-minute mark? Oh, I swear that's McAfee doing its stupid bullshitting. I don't know what's causing that. I should try to get in contact with, since this was once my dad's laptop, get in contact with him and, like, tell him why, like, this is happening. I don't understand. Wait, this is 25? Okay, you know what? That's fine. That works. I don't understand why it does that. It did a brief encoder overload, but everything seems fine. I hope it's fucking fine, because if I have to re-record this, because you just had to freeze, I swear I'm gonna go ballistic. But everything seems like it's running just fine. Camera's not frozen. Everything's moving just fine. That's doing its thing. Although I don't think this is the first time this has happened, but it, like, the only other time I could think of is, like, during a game, but the game, like, at least in Painkillers, doesn't seem like it was getting, like, lagged out or any. Okay, delete that. Damn it! What are you doing? I said D. Why didn't you D? So yeah, I mean, I guess that happens every now and again, but sometimes we don't notice it. I don't know, the space is fine, everything is doing good. This happens on occasions, and I don't understand why. Drivers are where they need to be. The only other thing I can think of is McAfee. I don't freaking need that because I got Windows Defenders. Like, is that possible? I could look it up right now, but I really don't feel like wasting my time for McAfee's bullshit. Oh, I don't understand. I'm unprotected. I have Windows Defenders. I'm good. Fuck off, you piece of shit. I gotta remember how to, like, get rid of that. I think I can get rid of it. I see no reason why I shouldn't get rid of it. Especially if that's the reason why that is freezing. On occasions. We'll say it has been happening ever since I got this laptop. But I don't really feel like going without it since I am very, very busy. Oh, am I so busy. But it hasn't, like, completely messed anything up. But I do say it is definitely a bit concerning seeing the encoding overloads. It's been a while since I've seen that, because I've only seen that during, like, Sonic. I imagine it's probably going to take, like, at least a few seconds more to close the video off, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? A brief instance of the same length beforehand to try to close the video. I guess it kind of makes sense that that is what is most likely going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen, or at least I hope it works and it doesn't just, like, you know, be like, oh, no, can't do this. Corrupted. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean corrupted? Everything else recorded just fine. Just freaking do a brief cut of that particular spot, you bastard. But no, I don't have the thing to be able to do that. Okay, now remember, there's more to this than that. I forgot this is still more of a mountain cliff. More of a mountain cliff. There's going to be a bridge here. Now, how big is this bridge? And is it going to be this? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'll have it kind of go down here-ish. And then like maybe go at like 17, 21, 19. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. I am going to have the insides here worked on, but we'll worry about that later. Alright, anyways, now that we're not hopefully going to continue getting distracted, I should probably go on ahead and diverge to you the month ahead of us, because it's a pretty big month. I mean, in the sense that we're now in a new limitation period. And with a new limitation period, my hope here is that things will get a little bit easier. There's no other way to really tell how if it's going to get easy or not. I will say the one major good thing about this limitation period is the fact that, for one thing, we don't have a giant drawing that has like 40-something odd characters on it. I think I've said this before, but I will say it again because it is the truth. No 40, what was it in total, 47 characters? It's like 30, then there was like 15, which was 45, then 2 more in the back. So yeah, that is pretty much the case there. We are pretty much free from that potential trauma of having to do something like that again. Okay, so this bridge is obviously going to have to be adjusted, for it is definitely not, you know, that big. I guess remove these, move these in, and then we'll move those in. I'll delete this bridge bit. I will have that like that. I think that's a good thing to have here. As for you, I'd say the bridge can go under through that. That's fine as it is. Although I will say, I think I would prefer this stuff over here. No, you fool. But wait, huh? Wait, what were you before? Oh, right. Okay, hold on. What was it? You? No. Why? Why is redo the most strangest one for some reason to me? Why? It's like undo is Control Z, which theoretically, if Y doesn't make sense to me, then Z also shouldn't make sense to me. But Z makes sense to me. So why does Y not make sense to me with it being a redo? What makes Y the most strangest hotkey for something like redo? X I can see cutting out. C I can see copying, obviously. C for copy. V for paste. Okay, that one admittedly I can kind of see that doesn't make as much sense, but in the sake of C copy and P paste, C is all the way on the left side. Well, not all the way on the left side. And P is on the right side. Like all the way on the right side, letter-wise. C is like 2 letters away from the left side. Meanwhile, you've got freaking whatchamacallit over here. Yep. Too far away. So I can definitely see V in that department. But other than that, I mean, there's more to it than just the letters. It's just the positioning of everything. So the positioning of Z being on the bottom left and Y being basically middle top. You don't expect that Y would be the redo button because of that. Alright, asshole, I'll do it here then. I guess that's why I never remember what the redo button is. Because I rarely use it. And it also doesn't help that Photoshop's... Technically, its redo button is Control-Z twice. Because you do it once to like... Okay, so say I do this. Boom. Control-Z, 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 Control-Z. So on and so forth. You can see it there doing its thing. I will delete you. Yes, and now we only have this, the opening department. I do not need the history of the pen tool. It's not needed. Wait a minute, I still need to be here. So anyways, yeah, that's my gripe of the day, apparently. Though, in all honesty, I don't know where the hell the redo is. Control-A is like select all, and Control-D is like deselect, which... I mean, I guess with Control-S being saved mostly, you kind of don't really have much of an option in terms of select and deselect. You would either have to have that like that, select as S and D as deselect still, obviously. But in compromise, A would be save. I mean, it wouldn't be that surprising. What did you do? D, you fool. Okay, sure, I'll do that. I don't think it matters that much. This is going inwards like so. Not exactly, unless it is exactly. It's just the idea here is to get this to go in this direction. To curve, essentially. And keep curving until this point. Yeah, that's the plan here, Stan. And I ain't your Stan, Han. Ooh. For this part, I guess I'll always keep this at 7 so that I can adjust that as I see fit. Let's try to get this, at the very least, a little bit, curved-ish. So I keep this at 5 or something, and then just keep going up until we reach... 3. And then at that point, I could just bring this to 25. Yeah. And then this one to 11 and 25, question mark? No. Well, then it'll have to be either 7 or 9. I could definitely get 9. Well, if I can get 9, then that means I technically don't really need that here, so I'll just go ahead and do this. And perfect! Look at that. Oh my god. I would like to look at that, but my eyes are so tired. My tired are so eyes. That's what my brain was trying so desperately to say for some goddamn reason. But, I stopped it. Then I indulged it. And then I stopped it again. I shouldn't be recording these so tired. And yet, in terms of being able to create these, I'm not hindered. But in terms of being able to comment these, I'm already hindered on normal settings, so having to try to comment on these is not exactly the best, but, what can you do? You gotta get these videos out there. And plus, this is basically a good motivation to kind of just why? To prevent me from just abandoning this series like I have with some other games I've made in the past during the Game Maker era. I literally only have 2 fully made games. Not as polished as I would like for them to be, but for the time when I made them, which was back in freaking high school and a little bit after, just a tiny bit, it could have gone a bit more polished. And that's why when I'm done with this in a decade, I'm hoping I can I'm still alive to be able to make the other stuff. And I'm also hoping by that point I at least have some progress somewhere so that I can actually be able to do this stuff more frequently on a daily basis as opposed to an hourly basis. And I'm not even doing it on an hourly basis at this point because I also got to get thumbnails made. I don't even have enough time to do thumbnails here because it took so long trying to get the rest of the first episode of the anthology of Lustful Horrors finished. All because it's just, there's just so much. It took some time. Oh, and also another episode of Wade trying to go through the blueprints, so, there was that too. Though, thankfully, that one was only an hour, but an hour, I would have probably been done with it by now and had more time here, so, yeah. Like, for a time, it was fine because I had, a lot of vacations and stuff. The funeral, thing allowing me to get, basically, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was a holiday, Saturday, Sunday, literally 6 days off in the middle of April, and keep in mind, 6 days off, well, technically 5, since the funeral kind of took, about 12 hours, plus the dinner we had. So it took 5 days, plus we had a 4-day weekend at the end. We could have had 5 days if I wasn't fucking scheduled for Saturday, which I might have had enough time to do the cover for Nova Guardians, but then I realized, well, if I want the cover for Nova Guardians, I need to read through Nova Guardians and make sure everything is set up properly and everything is right where it needs to be, which, by the way, at this point, I have gotten 2 episodes read, and I still gotta, I can even show you all of the mistakes right here. These are all, this is everything right here. All of the circles that I've made. Of all the mistakes I found. And most of them was just because of the old writing style where I didn't capitalize a word after I used the excessive amount of ellipses that I've used in the beginning. Why did I use so many ellipses? I don't know. To insinuate a pause? I assume so. I don't use those as frequently. I use those as sparingly as I can because, oh my god, there's so many ellipses in that episode. Though then again, that was one of the older series too. And the older series didn't really I guess, the older series are just a different writing style entirely. Because, hold on, I still have the episode up. I can even tell you the date of which this was posted. September 20th, 2021. Not exactly 4 years, but we're definitely on the 4-year mark, at least for the second episode. The first episode, I guess I could probably just go back to this first episode. July 12th, 2021. It literally has almost been 4 years since I started the Nova Guardian series, and we finally finished it too. Make no mistake, it's done now. All I'm doing right now is just reading through every episode, fixing some things up, i.e. the grammar mistakes, some other, story-based mistakes, the writing style that is now no longer current, I guess you would call it. At this point, it's basically just me trying to read through the entire series, and it's a long read. Especially the beginning series, where it reached as close to 60 kilobytes as possible. A lot of the episodes kind of reached close to that, some more to 55 than it was to 60. Even more so now that DeviantArt removed the -B sent. They basically removed this system, that what you used to do to get bold. Now we have an actual way to put down bold stuff. So yeah, that's at the very least, that's no longer a thing, which kind of frees up a lot of space in those episodes now, which is great. But aside from that, though, it's a lot of reading. And just think, there's like over 50 kilobytes of text, at the very least. Over 50, in between 50 and 60. 24 episodes. On a good day, that's like an hour-long read for each episode. I will say you're not going to be able to read the entirety of Nova Guardians in one day. I mean, you could. If you are a fast reader, you might be able to read it all within 24 hours. I'm not suggesting you do, though, of course, because that is definitely not healthy, and you're probably not even going to be in any physical, mental state to be able to comprehend any of the words that you're reading. Then you're probably going to be laying in bed, struggling to go to sleep, but now all you see is just series of words, letters amongst the depending on, like, if you read the stuff with the the dark backdrop, you might just be seeing a whole bunch of white words and numbers scrolling by as you're just seeing an entire story of incomprehensiveness. Oh, I know. I've had those moments with other things. What have I? I mean, I guess when I watch certain videos of certain, like, long-running stuff, and as I'm laying in bed, I'm kind of just seeing a whole bunch of things playing out. Trying to sleep, but my brain is just still playing this non-existent video. It's very annoying when that happens, because it makes going to sleep more of a pain than it needs to be. Well, either way, you know what I'm talking about, and yeah, just don't attempt the challenge. I would not wish that upon anyone. Read in moderation, really. I mean, you kind of have to. It's a pretty lengthy read in general. Where is this going? Okay, I imagine this will still kind of go straight up, but we'll have, like, more of a cliffside here. And I think a mountain will be here. A mountain will be there. Oh god, we're about to go to the mountains at some point soon. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just continue working with what we have at the moment, and yeah. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is put another one of these here right now. Right here, right now. Just so we have a little extra for something or another. Yoop. Alright, good, great, fantastic. So yes, I still got to go through and read all of Nova Guardians. Aside from that, though, we got a new series starting up, and on top of that, Heavenly Deadland is now going up to 6 episodes per limitation periods. Which means that if I can get through 2 more limitation periods, I will be done with the first season of Heavenly Deadland in the next limitation period. So not soon, going into next year, going in the next year. So basically, I guess since there's like a 2-month hiatus, November and December, January through June. Yes, it's June. Jaloon. My brain is still on Jaloon. I don't even know what episode Jaloon was. Was that the most recent episode that we are now no longer a part of? Because that was like a while ago. Oop, nope. Everything's recording just fine. I just want to make sure everything's recording just fine. Anyways, yeah, the June of next year is when the first season of that ends. I think at that point, we'll be halfway through one series and 2/3 of the way through for another, and then halfway through another series. Then at that point, my hope here is that we will be pretty much done. Oh yeah, no, after that next limitation period, we will be done with the other 2 series, and then the only thing that will be left at that point is Chrome Wars, which is a nice feeling, only having just one series to have to worry about during that time frame. Oh man, I'm going to enjoy that time period, not having to worry about writing up several series of words together in a story, not having to worry about keeping track of certain events and certain plot points to many series, just finishing off all of the other series and only having one, potentially 2 of a 3-episode one that's probably would be still continuing during that point. And then just having a whole bunch of drawings where it's just whatever I want, not following any storyline or anything like that, unless it's like a mini storyline, and so on and so forth. That is what I am kind of 64. That is what I'm kind of hoping for when we get to that point, which is going to happen when we get to that point. Primarily because at that point, there's no other story ideas planned. I did have one in mind that I thought was an interesting concept, but I don't think I'd get to that one anytime soon, just primarily due to the fact that I don't know where the hell I put it. I think it would be in the sci-fi section, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's now on my mind right now. It's an interesting concept, but I'm not going to try to force it into my already hectic schedule that will no longer be hectic soon. Well, not soon. We still got a ways to go. And at this point, I don't even know where we are going to be at in any way, shape, or form, just due to certain tomfoolery that's been occurring throughout the world. Like, maybe everything will be fine, but who could say? All I will say is that when we get to this point in time, I do not think I am going to be trying to expand upon anything else any further once I get to the last 6 episodes of Chrome Wars. And I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with being in that point, having no concerns whatsoever when it comes to, getting that point in view and whatnot, and so on and so forth. I am really looking forward to it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I can say, really. I will relish in it. Mold myself in it. Very happy that I don't have a lot to worry about for the time being. Of course, we're still going to have Criteria and the Warp Room series, but ideally, things will be easier. Yep. Ideally. Man, I was kind of hoping I can get a little work done with on Duke Nukem, but I guess this is my hour time being spent because I couldn't get this shit recorded on a Friday. Although, I think no matter what, this probably wouldn't have been recorded on a Friday, but rather a Sunday. But then again, ideally, we would have preferred to have recorded it I don't know, it wouldn't have mattered because we wouldn't have gotten the drawing finished in time. This is why I gotta make more simplistic drawings that don't take a lot of effort to make. If I want to be able to do the complex drawings. I need to give myself a reprieve during certain circumstances and whatnot. It would help a lot. It definitely would help a lot. Okay, I can see there being a nice little mountainside kind of limping off from here. Maybe like from here and then like... Gotcha, you stupid insect. I don't even know what this is. A mosquito? Gnat? I don't know, it was like this big. And I said, that's disgusting. Alright, good, great. We've got another strip finished. And my god, we have a lot. I really need these damn thumbnails made like yesteryear. Then I can finally start working on this off camera every hour. And not have to deal with the consequences of not recording on the days that needs to be. Oh god, it lagged. Are we good? All right, everything is fine for now. Stupid moments of minor freezing for some reason. It makes no sense. Oh, no. Take me here. I want to be where I can see the thing. An IMAX 3D. That would theoretically not be pleasant. That would not be pleasant. You motherfucker. Oh, right, you need to be up. I need you to go up. My voice is not in the deep state right now to be able to attempt a bane. It's not in the deep state. Also, I'm tired as all hell. I think I'm going to have this rise up. I don't think it matters that much here, because this is like a piece of the landscape that you're not really going to see anyways. But I still kind of want to have at least the general map appearance as we go further into the mountainsides here. Alright, make this one like a 7, no, a 5, and then we'll just have that close off here before I get any further. This is probably the last one I'll make right now. I don't have much time because I am ending this at 4:30. 2:30 has already passed. Somehow I'm ending this at 2:30. Boy, would it have been nice to be ending this at 2:30, but time is really not on my side still. Even after having gone through its trials and tribulation, time still refuses to be on my side. I just don't understand why, man. Why is time being such a bitch? All of the ethereal, corporal bodies out there, physics, luck, time, in multiple ways than just one, are really just being a bitch to me these days, and I do not understand why. Oh, and I'm calling you out. Maybe if you'd stop antagonizing me, I wouldn't see you as the damn villain. Have you ever thought about that? God damn it, man. There are more people out there that deserve this heckling than me. What did I do? Nothing. I just wanted to create. Sure, I might have been a sociopath as a child, but I've grown up, as we all do. Most of us anyways. Whom of which are the people you should be going after, so go after them instead. Now, I said this was going to be the last one, and I'm not going to go. I did what I needed to do. I finished a strip. I'm good. I'm good for now. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And, yeah. Let me just go on ahead, turn this time off. Well, I'm gonna change it to like, geez, I don't know, 11:30 p.m. Turn that off. Hmm? Oh, right, of course. Yeah, that's off now. So thank y'all for watching today's episode, folks. I'm tired, and 40 minutes episode, that's fine. I said what needed to be said. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to title this episode, but thank y'all for watching today's episode. We survived the Matrix, maybe. Or whatever the hell just happened. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Gamecraft is right over here, and the most recent episode of Raft ROTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.